circles. I am still adjusting this camera just a little bit, and it keeps on rotating backwards. All right. It's time. Let's warm up and do some hip cars. Hip cars look a little bit like this. They are gonna start with a high knee. Oop, I totally forgot to turn on one of the microphones. Try that again. Okay. Whew. Welcome back, everybody. We're starting 45 to 60-ish minutes of live side split stretching. We do this every day to practice consistency, to build some community, and hopefully make a little bit of progress in our mobility towards better movement. All right, we're going to start with hip cars, and hip cars look a little bit like this. We're going to lift this leg directly in front of us as high as we can, so high knee. From here, we're going to open up that hip, try to open up that hip directly and point the leg directly to the side. When I say open up the hip, I want you to try and keep that hip stable and not have it move too much. Keep an eye on it. We're trying to keep the movement, maximizing the range of motion in the hip, not all of this. All right. From here, we're going to rotate the leg, bring the ankle up. We're going to aim for horizontal first, then we're going to keep going. Bring the knee down, bring the ankle up, and bring that ankle as high as you can. From there, we're going to bring the leg down and back. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes, pull this leg behind you, using your muscles. Feel the stretch here if you can, and that is 1 rep. We're going to do 10 of these on the left side, 10 of these on the right side. So let's go. High knee, open, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open, ankle up, down and back. I think this is 4. High knee, open, ankle up, down and back. Somebody asked that I slow these down a little bit yesterday, so we're going to try to keep these at a nice pace. 7, 8, open, ankle up, down and back. 9, open, ankle up, down and back. 10. Oh, that is hip cars on one side. Woo! I went to sort of like a arcade thing yesterday, except it's not like a typical arcade. It's very interactive. They got like these cameras that sort of figure out what your body is doing, and then you get to play these games, but you have to move. And let's just say I played a lot, and I'm a little sore. From here, we're going to do hip cars on the other side. Start with bring that knee up as high as you can. Open up that hip directly to the side as much as you can. Rotate the leg, get to horizontal first, then keep on going. Bring that ankle up, 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 up. Bring that leg behind you, flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes. Feel that stretch in the hip flexor. Try not to turn into something like that. That puts a lot of pressure in your low back. But do try to feel that stretch. Okay? That is 1. We got 10 more to go. Let's do it. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. I think that was 3. If you're struggling a little bit with your balance, you can reach out and grab something. High knee. Ankle. High knee. Open. Ankle. Down and back. High knee. Open. Ankle up. 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 Down and back. I think that's 7. 8. 9. Last one. 10. That is half of our hip cars. If you're just joining, you have no idea what we're doing. We do a lot of hip mobility stuff to prepare for some side splits, and we do this every day. So if that sounds cool, keep coming back. Next, we got hip cars going in reverse. All right. In reverse, I want you to focus on the same movement, but because we're doing them in reverse, that new muscle memory you just created might be a little bit wonky. So we're going to start by bringing the leg down and back. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes, pull the hip back behind. Then we're going to lift the leg to the side, rotate the ankle up, bring it all the way back down, and bring the knee forward. That's one rep. Let's go. 10 more. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, 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 back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. I think that's 5. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, back, side, ankle up, ankle down. 8. 2 more. Ankle up, ankle down. 9. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down. 10. Oh, that is our hip curls. I'm starting to break a sweat and get a little itchy in my wrists. What the heck? We got one more hip car for the last leg. Take a quick breath, relax, grab a sip of water if you need to. Do some hip circles if your hips are feeling really intense and tired because of all that balancing work you're trying to do on one leg. And I think it's time. Let's do this last hip car. We're going backwards, right? So we're going to start by bringing this leg back. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes. Try and keep your hips in place. Lift directly up to the side. Rotate the ankle up. Rotate it down. Bring that knee forward. I got a little click that needs to happen before it starts moving smoothly, and I think I just got it, so let's go. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 1. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. I think that's 2. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down. 3. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down. 4. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down. 5. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down. 6. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down. 7. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down. 8. Back, side, up and down. 9. Back, side, last one, up, down. 10. That is our hip cars. That's the first of our 3 warm-up exercises. And to relax and chill out from how intense hip cars are, especially because we kind of slowed down the pacing just a little bit, so it gets your muscles even more tired than usual, we're going to chill out a little bit, take a couple of seconds to breathe, and we're going to get into some elephant walks. In the elephant walk, I want you to fold kind of into this L shape and bring your belly button down towards the ground. A lot of us have tight backs, so you might just be feeling a whole bunch of tension here immediately. Give it a couple of seconds, and the back should relax a little bit. And then I want you to keep on focusing on folding forward so that you start feeling the stretch here in the hamstrings just underneath your butt. All right? Whew. We're taking some time to recover from after the hip cars, so you get to chill, relax for a couple seconds. Don't worry about a thing. If you absolutely have to do something, you can add a little gentle wiggle from side to side. Feel that hamstring getting tighter as you shift around when you do that wiggle. And breathe. Take a nice big breath in. Relax. Breath out. Exhale. All right. We're going to add a little bit of movement now. We're going to bend one knee. We're going to straighten out the other leg. What I want you to do is keep on folding that belly button down as much as you can. And switch legs. So left knee bent, right leg bent, left leg bent, right leg bent. It's going to feel really uncomfortable when you're first starting out. You're going to feel a whole bunch of tension underneath your glutes, in your hamstrings, maybe even in your calves and toes. Maybe your toes are getting tingly. And that, as long as you're going nice and slow and being gentle on your body, is fine. If you're doing explosive elephant walks, I don't even know what that would mean, like whoopsh, whoopsh, whoopsh. That might not be so good. So take it slow, chill out, relax, and keep going. What we're aiming for here is not necessarily a number of reps, it's a feeling. And that feeling is somehow, after a couple of seconds of this, you feel like, oh, this isn't so bad, I can do this. And you get to a point where this movement starts feeling a lot smoother. That will happen once your hamstrings loosen up, once your other muscles get a little bit more used to this kind of pressure. And we're going to do this for probably another 10 seconds. So if you're already there, great. If you're not there, we got some more time. 8, 7, 6. Keep on trying to bring that belly button down. Fold forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. Do a little squat. Come up from that position. Shake out your legs, especially if your toes and your calves are feeling a little bit tingly still. Give them a little bit of movement. And those are elephant walks. I think I saw a comment come in. Oh. We had a question. Which K-pop choreographer are you? That's hilarious. I wish I was so cool and so good at dancing that I could be a choreographer. Jazz says, I will be back. I'll be back. Sorry, I should have read that as I'll be back. No, that's a terrible Schwarzenegger impression. Never mind, just ignore that. All right, we're going to take that couple of seconds of relaxation, and we're going to get right back into that same position we were just doing. We're going to keep our legs about hips width apart, and we're going to fold forward. Then, with that belly button down, we're going to bend one knee, and we are going to reach our hand from the bent knee side across the body to the straight leg side. We're going to help rotate our backs. This is called thoracic rotation, and we are trying to reach our arm over our shoulder behind us. We're trying to look at that hand, reach, rotate, and oh man, that's half a rep. We gotta do the other side. Now, other leg bent. The leg that was bent is now straight. We're taking the hand from the bent knee side, reaching across the body to the straight leg side. We're trying to push open our chest, extend the arm behind us, and when you reach as far as you can reach, and you're like, I can't go any further than this, I want you to try and take an inhale and exhale. It's going to be a little bit challenging, it's going to be a little bit tough, but on the exhale, I want to see if you can reach just a little bit further, all right? Oh man, that was a long first rep. We're doing 5 of these in total, so we got 4 more to go. Ready? Let's go. One knee bent, hand goes across the body, open up that chest, fold that belly button down, and that's first half of 2, and 2. Remember, once you reach the end, try to do a small breath, exhale, and see if you can squeeze just a little bit more rotation out of it. I talk fast, but that does not mean you have to move fast. I'm just trying to give you a ton of information you can try to implement. That's 4. And the reality is, you don't need to implement any of it if you don't want to, if you don't feel like it's right for you. Oh, that is 5 thoracic rotations. I hope you're feeling like your back is moving a little bit smoother. And, maybe your shoulders are getting a little bit of a workout. That, however, is all we got for the back, and that's all we got for the shoulders. So we're going to move on into warm-up exercise number 3, the Cossack switch. This is going to be a little bit more challenging than the other 2, because it requires quite a bit of strength and flexibility. So I'm going to break it down to little pieces, and you can do different pieces of it as we go. All right? Let me show you what I want it to look like eventually. You don't have to do this. We want you to keep the heels down, kind of squat deep into one side, then scoot your butt across to the other side, pause for a second, and then come back. That's a Cossack switch. for a lot of us, it's going to be really difficult to get into this position to begin with. So let's start with getting into something that will prepare us for that position. I want you to try your best to squat down as low and compact as you can, hug your knees to your chest, and maybe lean forward. If you lean back, there's a tendency you'll just roll over, and that's not what we want. So try to lean forward a little bit so that your heels are just a little bit off the ground. All right? You're going to feel that stretch in your Achilles tendon. You're going to feel a stretch in your calves, and I want you to just tuck into a little ball. When we're doing this, I want you to try your best to fold here at the hips, bring that chest down to the knees, or yeah, I guess down to the knees because your knees aren't going anywhere. And you guys hang out here like this for a couple of seconds while I demonstrate a little bit of form and talk a little bit of how we can make this easier as we do some training. All right, from this position, you don't have to do this right now, I'm just showing you. We're going to lean forward, put our hands down in front of us. Then we're going to extend one leg out to the side. Then I want you to try your best to get your heels down. For some of you, that might mean you can stay super low and compact. Great. For some of us, that's going to mean you're going to have to come all the way up here and get into this position where your quads are firing really hard, trying to keep you balanced. And that's the lowest that you can go. And that's fine. It's part of the process. All right. From here, we want to scoot our butts over to the other side. You can put your hands down if you need a little bit of support. If you're lower to the ground and you need support, hands are even easier to use. And once you get to the other side, I want you to try and sit back, sink low. Notice this heel is on the ground. And that's it. Come back. That is one rep, and that is plenty of information to get us started. So come on out of your tucked ball, squeezy, compressed position. Push forward, put your hands on the ground, extend that leg, and let's go. We're doing 10 reps. We're going to lean forward, use our hands, bring our hips over to the other side, and we're going to sit back as much as we can for just a second. And that is one. One more. Come on. Back. And two. If you're a little bit less flexible, a little less mobile, it might look a little bit more like this. We're going to lean super far forward. Scoot our butts over to the other side. Try to sit back as much as you can. Lean forward. Put your hands down. And you're going to end up here. That's 3. 4. As you get stronger, as you get more comfortable, you can slowly drop your hips. And there's another place you can advance and make this a little bit more intense. I think this is 6. You can remove your hands, but keep on maintaining the angle of forward lean that you are using with your hands down. And I think that's 8. You can also try to sit up really straight. Extend your arms in front of you and maintain this position as you go from side to side. That's 9. And that is 10. Those are Cossack switches, and that is the end of our warm-up. If that's freaking you out because you're new to the show, don't worry. We're doing 5 stretches after this, and I needed your muscles warmed up, your blood pumping, ready to go so that we can make the most out of those 5 stretches. Does not mean that we got 5 more rounds of Cossack switches or anything like that. It's all good. All right. Take a break, grab a sip of water, and see if you can find something to pad your knee a little bit. We're going to do a hamstring stretch that looks like this next. So there's going to be a bit of weight on that knee. If it's going to make you uncomfortable, definitely grab a little bit of padding. Couch cushion, folded up yoga mat, folded up old towel, dirty laundry that needs to be washed today. All good. All fair game. Cool? All right. Whew. Do I have water? Oh, I do have water. Nice. All right, I hope you've had your water, and I hope you have your cushion. I'm going to scroll super fast to see if there's any comments that I need to address right away. I saw that I will be back, and the K-pop comment. Jazz says, I wish I would have found you before today, but I just set my alarm and my reminder on my notifications. Yes, Jazz, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, I think. If this is not a good time, since the weekend is coming up, we have 2 lives at 9 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Eastern. So like 12 hours from this current time. And you can come check those out as well. Cool? All right. that's as far as I was able to scroll. So let's get into some hamstring stretches. The first stretch that we're going to do is a hamstring stretch. This particular stretch is going to have a ton of different names, so don't worry about the name, just focus on the muscle that we're working. We are dropping our weight into one leg. We're going to extend the other leg out in front of us. I recommend that you don't try to turn this into a front split and make it confusing for your muscles and start trying to drop really far forward. Try to keep this leg straight up. It'll be easier to focus on the hamstring stretch. From here, when you're in position, I want your hips to be even and both point forward, your shoulders to be pointing forward. Sometimes we'll be in a position where one hip will be really far forward and the other hip will be kind of slanted at an angle. I want you to try your best to get pretty close to the same forward and backwardsness. I hope that makes sense. All right, from here. Oh, wow. This is not a good cushion. Where's my yoga block? Oh. Oop, my bad, that was a little loud. Whew. From here, we are extending this leg out in front. We're trying to bring our belly button down to the thigh. All right, this is the hamstring stretch. The goal is to fold the hips forward, and your belly button is basically at the top of your hips. So I like to talk about bringing the belly button down to the thighs. Whew. Okay, we're in our basic position. Your hamstrings are probably feeling tight. I want you to just take a couple of quick breaths. Imagine you're relaxing, you're chilling. Oh, relaxing, chilling. And then we're going to take a big inhale. We're going to do a slow exhale. We're going to try and fold deeper into the stretch while we exhale. All right? Inhale. Exhale and fold. Remember, the goal is to bring the belly button down to the thigh. If your back rounds a little bit, your back bends a little bit because it's supporting your weight and you need to put your hands down, that's fine. But I don't want you to turn into a little ball and try to bring your chest or your face into your knee. That's a lot of extra pressure on your body that you don't need, and realistically, it doesn't actually help you with the important part of the stretch in the hamstring. All right? Take some normal breaths, relax. Keep on imagining nice things while you chill and let the muscles get used to this. And we're going to do one more inhale, exhale. Ready? Let's go. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Okay, there we go. Boom. This is probably as deep as I'm going to get for now. So I hope you're ready to hold this for 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Again, remember to keep your back relatively straight. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but there's no need to put a whole bunch of tension into the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, that is our hamstring stretch. Oh, if that was really challenging, it should have been. We did a whole bunch of stuff to prepare it and to make it a really difficult hamstring stretch. So, come on up, switch to the other side, grab whatever it is that you need to protect your knee switch if it wasn't comfortable and you want to try something else. And let's bring the belly button down to the thigh. Let's go. Fold. Oh, your hamstrings are tight, severely uncomfortable. Relax, chill, give it a second, breathe. And, oh, wow, I'm super not centered in this camera. Okay, ooh. From here, I'm going to do the big inhale, exhale. Ready? Inhale. Exhale and fold. Your hamstrings are going to tighten up real bad. They're going to be really unhappy with you, and that is okay. We want you to chill and breathe and chill and breathe. From here, we're going to fold even further with one more inhale, exhale. Ready? Inhale. Exhale and fold. And once you've gotten as deep as you can go, it's time. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, come on up out of that hamstring stretch. If that was really intense, that sounds about right. Okay. We're moving on. It's time for the next stretch. We are moving on into a butterfly stretch. In the butterfly stretch, we want to sit on our butts. And from here, we're going to bring our feet together. And I want you to lean back into something. In this case, I have a couch behind me, and I recommend you use either a wall or a couch. When you use a wall, your shoulders, your head will have a little bit more support, and that will actually help in a little bit. All right? Bring your feet in. Have your low back, your hips against the thing that you're leaning against, whether it's a wall or a couch. Just make sure it's sturdy, make sure it's stable, make sure it's not going to slide out from underneath you, because that will make it not useful. From here, we're trying to bring our knees down into the ground so we can do the stretch here at the groin. All right? And in order to do that, I want you to use your outer thigh muscles, your glutes, to open up your legs. So let's go. Open up those legs. Use those outer thigh muscles. If you're joining for the first time or the second time, you're like, I still don't know what muscles those are. How do you do that? Just make sure your knees are not coming upwards. Every other muscle that's not letting your knees come upwards is probably okay. And you'll be able to figure out which ones, sorta, as you figure out how each muscle feels when you're starting to push your hands down. So from here, we're going to push our legs down into the ground. We're trying to push the knees into the ground. And when you're leaning against a wall, the back of your shoulders, the back of your head will start feeling a lot of pressure, because when you push your legs down, your arms are connected to the tops of your shoulders and basically to the back of your head. So when you're pushing your legs down, you're also pushing your chest away. And if you have the wall to lean against, that will help you apply the pressure into your legs and not let you fall backwards. If you don't have a wall behind you because you're leaning against the couch like me, it's going to be less effective, but that's okay. We make do with what we got. All right? 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. Remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. Keep on pushing those legs down. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, if you have not tried anything where you're using the whole wall for support ever, I highly recommend that you do give it a try. You will notice that it is wildly more painful on your legs because you're working that stretch harder when you have a little bit of back support. Okay? Let's see. What's next? We're ready. We're ready to move on to standing or seated pancake, which is stretch number 3. From this position, I want you to wiggle your legs a little bit, wake them up, get them prepared, flap the wings of this butterfly, and come on up into a standing or seating position for some pancake. The goal of the pancake is actually basically just a toe touch, except your legs are super wide apart. So from the side, it kind of looks like how we started one of our warm-up exercises for the elephant walk. Right? We're folding over, getting to this L shape, and that is the most important first step. When we are leaned forward like this, gravity's pulling our head, our chest, our belly button down towards the ground, and they're helping us, or gravity's helping us, get into a better stretch, right? That is why the standing pancake, or at least a seated pancake, is a good place to start for your pancake training. From here, I want you to try to open up your legs a little bit, as wide as is comfortable. And the goal here is to fold your belly button down as low as you can go. Maybe grab your legs and help pull yourself a little bit deeper. Try to keep the back relatively straight. And that's the pancake stretch. We're going to hold some version of this for the next 30 seconds. To make it harder in this position, you can extend your arms above your head so that your biceps are by your ears. And try to make it harder on yourself to get into a deeper stretch. If standing is too exhausting, or if you can't stand for some reason, maybe you're sore, whatever, we can do a seated variation. Sit at the edge of something very stable, very sturdy. Open up the legs once again, and see if you can lean forward and fold biceps by the ears to make it harder. Don't put them by the ears to make it easier. Put your hands down on the floor to make it much easier. And that is all we need to do some pancake. Remember, it's all about the belly button, folding forward, trying to bring it down to the ground. It's not about rounding your neck, rounding your shoulders, and trying to curl into a ball. Cool? Let's go. I'm going to start in the seated and go into standing in a little bit. Here is the seated pancake. Fold forward, bring the belly button down. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is your pancake stretch. See if you can slowly bring your toe and your heel in. Maybe do one side at a time. And if you got something nice to sit on, go ahead, take a seat, relax for a second. The standing pancake is one of the hardest stretches that we do, and that's because we're using two sets of muscles really hard. The inner thigh muscles are holding you up and keeping you upright, right? When you're in this position, these inner thigh muscles are contracting to hold your legs together, but they're also getting stretched because that's the main purpose of the stretch, trying to bring your legs pretty far out. So these muscles are probably fried right now. The other place you're probably struggling is your hamstrings. And if you were wondering why we did so many elephant walks in the beginning to warm up the hamstrings, and then we did a hamstring stretch, it was because I know I know the pancake is coming, and it's going to fry your hamstrings even further. So I wanted you to be super prepared for it. I hope you're feeling better because we just gave you 30 seconds to chill out, relax, wiggle. Let's get into stretch number 4. The fourth stretch that we're going to do is either a figure 4 or a pigeon. The goal is to stretch out this muscle here. And for both stretches, it basically looks like this. We're bringing the ankle across the body. We're lifting that ankle and bringing the belly button down towards it so that you're feeling the stretch here in the side of the hip, in the side of the glute. Can't remember what we did yesterday. I'm pretty sure it was figure 4. So today we're going to do pigeon. The pigeon looks, and if you're a regular and you know exactly what you're doing, or you know which stretch that you prefer in general, you can feel free to do whatever you like. But I'm going to explain the pigeon. For the pigeon, I want you to take this leg, bring it across your body. All right. I want you to aim sort of the midpoint of your chest towards the midpoint of your legs, between your knee and your ankle. This is not a perfect starting point for everybody, but it's a general rule of thumb for you if you've never done this before. When you're seated down with your hips on the ground, so your butt is on the floor, from here, if you just lean forward and you aim for that midpoint, you should start feeling that stretch in the side of the glute, maybe a little bit in the hamstring. And that is how we're going to start our pigeon stretch. You've probably seen something like this, where this back leg is extended fully straight behind and people are folding forward like that. That is a slightly more advanced pigeon stretch. For our purposes, it's not super important if your leg extends all the way back, but if you want to make sure that you're making the most of every moment that we spend here together, and you want to make sure your leg starts traveling back, I recommend you elevate that front leg. I'm going to demonstrate with something unstable like yoga blocks. You might not want to do it with yoga blocks because it's not very stable. But when you elevate your when you elevate your front leg, naturally your hips will come up. And if your hips come up, it'll be easier for your leg, the one that's behind you, to hang out underneath you instead of struggling because it can't bend in quite that way. That was kind of a rough explanation, but I'll just demonstrate a different way. If you have a relatively low couch, you can do the same thing. You can bring that leg across, extend this leg behind you, and fold forward. This will work that hip flexor here, leg gets stuck, but it will require less flexibility because your leg can go almost straight down, right? And if you work really hard and you really want to, you can extend the leg back behind you while you do that stretch. Cool? That is our pigeon. I'm going to take it back to the floor so that we can continue. From here, again, hips are down on the ground. Then we're folding our chest down. I don't want you to be in a situation where your head is down but your butt is up. All right? Leg across, middle chest, middle leg. Let's go. Fold. If you can, extend the leg behind you. Feel the stretch in the side of your glute and the side of the hip. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, come on up out of that stretch. If you felt like it was getting a little bit too easy for you, I want you to try to push your ankle towards your face, and it'll suddenly get a lot harder. All right, we can try that in the next one. Come on over, switch to the other side. Remember, we're keeping the hips low and the leg across the body. Fold forward and 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. Fold forward. Fold. Feel it in your glutes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, that is our fourth stretch. That is our pigeon. And you probably don't know this yet if you're just joining in for the first time, but we do 5 stretches. But for the 5th stretch, we're doing some side splits. And for the side splits, we do 3 rounds of 30 seconds. Everything so far, we've done 1 round of 30 seconds. And now it's time to level it up, I guess. Let's get ready. Hopefully the pigeon felt good. Hopefully your muscles are feeling nice and relaxed. You're able to lay down a little bit and go, oh, wow, I could definitely spend more time in this position. I'm going to take a quick look at the comments and see how things are going. Over on YouTube, Eduardo says, thank you, friend. Awesome. Thank you, Eduardo. And a whole bunch of other words I don't recognize. Okay, I'm going to scroll in the other chat real quick, see if there's anything that came in that I need to answer. And it looks quiet. All right, Ganowski, welcome back. It's good to see you. Che, thank you for the roses. Galleta, thank you for the... Is that a hamster? Hamster. Trouble with Roxy. Good to see you. Okay. Let's... Oh, Galleta says you're the best. Oh, thanks. Thanks. Okay. Oh, let's get into some side splits. If you've never done these before, because you're joining us for the first time, don't worry. Everything's chill. Everything's cool. We are chilling. The goal here is to be as relaxed as possible so that we can get into as stretchy a position as possible. The more tense you are, the more likely you'll be all contracted up, and the harder it'll be to get into side split, right? So let's talk about safety, because the more afraid of the side split you are, the more tense you'll be, and the harder it'll be to get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is right here, this couch. I recommend that you have something about 8 to 12 inches that you're in front of, so maybe a step and a half, 2 steps for most people. That is going to be okay to kind of fall into. In my case, I have a couch. If you have a bed that's relatively low and you can just fall into it, there's nothing like super hard wood that you're going to smash your hips into before you fall into the softness, then good, excellent. In general, for everybody, I recommend that you just have a wall behind you. And that's because when you're in a deep split position, you're trying to figure out the new position, you're like adjusting, you're like trying to get deeper into the stretch, wiggling from side to side. Sometimes you'll lean a little too far back and you'll lose balance. And when you start losing balance, you'll be swimming through the air. You're like, no. When you fall and you have a wall right behind you, that wall will catch your butt. Or maybe that wall will catch your shoulder. Maybe that wall will catch your mid-back. That will keep you from falling all the way to the ground, because I promise it will hurt way more if your butt has to go all the way down into the ground and slam into the ground, because there's no other way for you to catch yourself. So have a wall, have a couch, have something behind you to keep your butt safe. And with that, we've got a little bit of the tension piece taken care of. I warn you with something kind of scary, like you're going to fall and bust your butt, but realistically, it's very unlikely that it's going to happen. I'm just preparing you for it so that you feel a little bit more comfortable if it happens. Knock on wood. It's kind of plastic, but it's trim that looks like wood. From here, if you need to grab cushions, if you need to grab a whole bunch of stuff to make your environment feel like it's a little bit softer, a little bit more cushioning, and feel like a bit more relaxed, by all means, grab cushions, grab things to make your environment feel a little bit more fun. Cool? For everybody else, let's get into some basic side split setup. We're going to open up our legs decently wide. We don't want the hips to hurt, so if your legs are too wide and they're already hurting, you can bring your legs back in. From here, we're folding forward and pointing the belly button down into the ground. All right? And if you can, put your hands down. If you can't quite get there yet, you can grab a stool, grab a block, something to give yourself a little bit of assistance. But from this position, you might also be able to realize that you're able to open up your legs a little bit deeper without pain. When we're folded in this position, we're in the right angle, essentially, for our legs to get into a side split. So from here, it's already kind of possible. And you might be able to get quite deep in this position, and you might be deep enough now to put your hands on the ground. All right? So wherever you are, open up your legs as wide as you can. Have your hands stable on something in front of you. From here, we're going to try our best to rotate the leg. What does that mean? Our feet were like this before, with the toes down and the foot down. We're going to rotate that leg so that the heel is down, the toes are pointing up, and the knee is pointing up. This is called leg external rotation, and we need to do this to keep the thigh bone from smashing into the hip bone. All right? From here, you have a couple of options. You can try to stay with your hands and pull the rest of your body towards you when you get into this position, or if you're able to reach the floor, you can kind of walk your hands back and bring that weight underneath your hips. Oh man, I think my foot is cut off in both cameras. Here is that foot. Here is that side split. Once you're here, we're just trying to get as low as we can go, and we're already in the side split, right? We're gonna do a little wiggle from side to side, a little to the left, a little to the right, a little to the left, a little to the right, to see if we can get deeper into our side split, and that's it. That's everything. Oof. We're holding this for 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, we are done. Walk your hands forward. Oh, bring your legs in. Crawl around on the ground if you need to. Oh, man. That is our first side split. We do 3 rounds of 30 seconds in this final stretch because it kind of combines all of the other stretches that we've done. Some to a lesser extent. You're probably not feeling that pigeon stretch nearly as hard when we're doing the side split. And we do this for 3 rounds. So in between each round, we try to shake out the tension. We try to get loose. We try to get our muscles relaxed so that we can get into the deepest possible second side split and the deepest possible third side split. All right, come on back up into standing. When you're ready, we're going to shake it out. Feel a little bit wobbly, feel a little bit tired. That's okay. We're slowly getting into it. All right, shake it out. If you already know what you're doing, you can just jump right into the shake. If you're joining in for the first time, we want you to imagine that you're flicking water off of your toes. You just got out of a swimming pool, you just stepped in a little puddle, and you're like, ew. You're flicking the water off as far as you can. And when you're doing that, I want your ankles to be relaxed. I want your calves to be relaxed. I want you to be like, whoosh, almost whipping that leg forward. And maintain sort of that relaxation in your leg and drop the knee down. So that's a little bit more gentle, a little bit easier. If you can lean against something, sort of bring this hip up because you're leaning to the side, and you can let that leg shake out. If you're able to balance, great. If you need to lean on something, go lean on something. All right? Other side. Again, we're flicking off that water from our feet, and as we get more comfortable with that motion, we can drop the knee, we can let the ankle flop around. We're trying to turn our legs into jello. All right? Again, if you lean off to one side, it will be a little bit easier to shake out the legs. And we've done most of our legs. It takes about 5-10 seconds per leg when you figure out the form. And it might take a little bit longer when you're just trying to figure it out. From here, we're going to do a little bit for our hips. All right? And it's going to look a little bit like this. We are going to lean all of our energy or all of our weight into one side. We're going to drop our toes down, the ball of our foot down. We're going to do a little dance. All right? We're going to bring the knee in, bring the knee out, bring the knee in, bring the knee out. There's almost no weight on this leg. We are just putting it down so that it has an anchor point to pivot on. And what we're doing is trying to relax all the muscles in our hips that we're supporting our leg. And we're just doing a little dance. If you want to call it a stanky leg junior, add in something else to make it fun. Do both legs at the same time. By all means, do it. Make it fun. Enjoy yourself. And we have some relaxation in the hips. That should be enough to get us ready for round 2 of the side splits. All right, so 8 to 12 inches in front of whatever it is that you are going to be prepared to fall into, whether it's a wall or the edge of a couch. From here, we are opening up the legs decently wide, should not hurt in the hips. If it does, bring your feet in, fold forward at the hips, bring the belly button, point the belly button down into the ground. If you can, extend your arms to the ground. If you can't quite reach, grab something for support and see if you can get deeper into your stretch. From here, we are externally rotating the legs, and that looks like this. We are bring the heels down, the toes up, and the knees up on both legs. You just can't see the other leg right now. From here, we are trying our very best to walk our hands back towards our hips and do a little wiggle from side to side. See if we can get a little bit deeper into the stretch. That's it. 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22. Remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, walk your hands forward. Bring your legs in. Oh, whew. That is side split number 2. We got one more, and that means we got some relaxation to do in between. So, one, you can come back into standing, and we will come up. Whew. Whew. All right, that is preparation. Let's go. Shake it out. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. And shake out the tension in your legs. Other leg. If you don't know how to quite get your legs to relax like that, imagine flicking water off of your feet first, whipping that foot forward, and as you get more comfortable with that, do it faster. Relax the knee, drop the leg down, and jello. Flop, 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 wiggle. We're going to do the same for our hips. All the weight is in one leg, dropping the foot down, bring the leg in and out, in and out. There is almost no weight on this leg. We're just moving it for funsies. In and out. Other side. Same thing. There's not a specific number that you need to do. When your muscles in the hip, in the glute start feeling a little bit more relaxed, feel a little bit more chill, you can stop. As you get more comfortable with this, you can start shaking a little bit more vigorously, perhaps, and you can do something that makes sort of your quad muscles flop all over the place. And that is how you can incorporate a little bit more relaxation throughout the leg. And you can move that leg pretty fast from side to side instead of that big angle that I was doing before, and get some of that relaxation to happen. Cool. That is our second in between relaxy thingy. So let's get into side split number 3. Stand 8 to 12 inches in front of whatever you're prepared to fall back into, whether it's a wall or the couch or a bed. Just make sure it's sturdy. And let's get into that wide leg position. Again, your hips should not hurt at this point. All right. If they do, bring your feet in, and we're ready to fold forward. Point that belly button down towards the ground. Put your hands down if you can, and open up your legs if you can. From here, you might need a little bit of hand support, but I want you to focus on externally rotating. Ankle down, toes up, knees pointing up. And from here, I want you to walk your hands back. If you need to cradle a chair slowly along with you, a stool to help you get there, that is absolutely okay. But you should be able to lean really far forward to still get into a similar position. From here, wiggle. Try to get deeper into the stretch. Oof. And 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27. This is our last one. 26, 25, 24, 23, 22. You can add in a little wiggle at any time to see if you can get a little bit deeper. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is it. That is all of our stretches for today. Bring your legs in. Oh, man. Oh. Get out of that stretch as you can and chill, relax, breathe. You might find that as we do more of these, it's getting harder and harder to get out of these stretches, and that's pretty normal. Galleta says, "Yay, finally!" Yeah, I feel the same. Okay, that is our third and final stretch. We're gonna shake out our bodies. We're gonna relax. We're gonna do a little bit of mobility drilling, and then we're gonna be all done. All right. So when you're ready, come back into standing. Hopefully, those couple of seconds was enough to get back into standing. Same thing. We're gonna shake out the legs. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. And if you haven't yet, add in your arms. They did a little bit of work holding our bodies up. Maybe your wrists need a little bit of love. Turn into little T-Rexes and just let your wrists kind of flop up and down. If you go and whip them really hard, that might be a lot of pressure on your wrist. But if you do these little wrist jiggles, it might feel nice. All right, shake out the arms, shake out the legs, and instead of our regular hip freely rotating thing, we're gonna make them a little bit harder. This is gonna be joint mobility specific work. All right, from here, I want you to drop into 20% of a squat. Nothing super crazy. You can keep your legs pretty close together. That will make it easier. And I want you to really focus on opening up the hip so that this leg is pointing out as far as it can go. Try to get to that end range of motion. Flex those glutes. Pull that leg out. And then bring the leg in the opposite direction. Bring it as far in as possible. Try to keep your hips locked in place. They're not moving. The rest of your body isn't moving. It's just the leg where it connects to the hip. And open. And in. Out. In. We're going to do probably 5 of these. We don't really need to do that much more. And we're going to do the other side. 20% of a squat. You can bring your legs pretty close together if you want. From here, we'll bring the knee in. Oof. The wider your legs are, the more intense this is going to feel, the more muscle power you need. So if you want to challenge yourself, go ahead. Open your legs wider. Bring that knee in as far as you can. Remember, the hips are staying mostly in the same place. All the movement is coming from where this thigh bone is rotating at the hip. I can't remember how many of these we've done. I think that's 4. So one more. 5. That might require a little bit of relaxation. So you can end and follow up with a little bit of the leg shakes from before. Again, in this version, when we're trying to relax our muscles as much as possible, there's almost no weight on this leg. You can let it relax. You can do big open out. You can do some little mini shakes that go back and forth, wherever you want. All right, that is pretty much everything that we got for the workout. We're going to do a couple of joint checks just to make sure everything is moving well and smoothly before we wrap up. We're going to do a couple of hip circles. And after the side splits, I always got a lot of tension here in the sides of my hips. So this is quite nice. I'll hang out a couple of seconds on each side where I know that is going to be really tense. Explore. Everybody's body is going to be a little bit different, and what you feel is tight might not be tight for somebody else. So work those hips. See if you got something that you need to focus on. Do a quick high knee on both legs. If your legs don't lift, you'll know immediately, so you only need to do one. From here, we're going to fold forward. Let the low back relax for a second. Pop into a bit of a squat. Try to bring your belly button down to those thigh bones. And from here, I want you to bring your knees as far forward as you can so that you feel a little tension on your knees, but a stretch in your Achilles, that stretch in your calves. Put that weight onto your toes and see if you can do a little bit of a calf raise. 1, 2, 3 of these is perfectly fine. Finish that squat. Come on up. And if you're able to do all of those things, you're able to sort of chain together a whole bunch of the main movement patterns across your toes, ankle, knees, hips, and that should mean you're probably okay to go do whatever else you gotta do for the rest of the day. Hopefully, you're gonna go rest, recover, and get ready to come back for another day. we have these lives every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern, which means they started an hour ago. We do this every day to practice consistency because you can have the best plan in the world, but if you can't follow through on it, if you can't do it, it's going to be really hard to make any progress, right? So, number one goal, consistency. We do this show every single day at the same time. The content is basically the same, the workout is the same every day, so we can do the work that needs to be done to make sure we take care of our hips, to make sure that we can move a little bit better, and hopefully do some side splits at some point. Cool? Oh, the second thing I care about is community. I try to bring good vibes to the internet. I hope you bring good vibes into the chat, support each other. Because at the end of the day, it is really hard to stay consistent, especially when the only thing you're doing is getting into a crazy position going, for minutes and minutes and minutes and minutes at a time, right? So let's try our best to make this a little bit more fun, a little bit more exciting, make this a place that you actually want to be and hang out at, because that will make the stretching a little bit more fun, a little bit more bearable, and hopefully that will help us all make a bunch of progress in our side splits, in our hip mobility. Cool? All right, that's the spiel. We do this every day, 9 p.m. Eastern. Come back. I hope to see you soon. And on the weekends, we also do the show at 9 a.m. Eastern. So you can try out a different time. If waking up in the morning is better than this pre-bed situation. Cool? All right, I'm going to check the chat, take a look at what I've missed, and then we'll wrap up for today. Alicia says, I sleep better because of you. Amazing. That's awesome. I'm glad that you're able to relax and release some of that tension in your body before you go to bed with some stretches. Millie's Mind Trip says, thanks, Ken. This helps so much. Amazing. I'm so glad. Millicent. Oh, wait, is this the same person? Millie's Mind Trip and Millicent Williams says, thanks. Gayeta says, yay, finally. I think Gayeta was happy that we were done with the side splits. Jade says, hi, Kevy. Ooh, who's Kevy? Troubles Roxy says, just a little dance. Get down tonight. Do. Okay. Let's see. Gayeta says, we got this, chat. Thank you for sending the good vibes into the chat, Gayeta. I appreciate it. I'm scrolling. Anything else in the chat over the course of the last bit that I haven't seen? I think we're getting close to the top. Let's see. If you guys, while I'm scrolling, don't know already, I make a whole bunch of other content other than doing side splits. Pretty much the side splits only happens on this live. I do a bit of content about calisthenics, training cool new skills, and trying to break down things like the muscle up so that you can build up slowly from not being able to do a pull-up to doing pull-ups, fun pull-ups, more intense pull-ups, and then finally maybe some muscle ups. We make content all about trying to incorporate a tiny little bit of fitness, a bite-sized amount, into your day without making it feel like you're committing to a whole bunch of unfortunate effort. If you got 2 minutes while you're waiting for the microwave, for lunch, for dinner, for a snack, if you've got 3 minutes for the kettle to boil so that you can make coffee, all that time is perfect for getting a little mini workout. You've seen right now on this live that 30 seconds of stretching in some of these stretches can absolutely knock you out and you need to take a quick break. So those 2 minutes, maybe you won't be able to get super deep in a stretch, but maybe you can do a couple of squats. Maybe you could do 2 sets of squats, and that might be all of the exercise that you need to feel a little bit better, to move a little bit better. If you stack it on, you build that consistency, and you just make it a part of your life. All right? So that's some of the content that we make. If for any reason you can't make the live because you got busy lives, I understand. We have a quick video on both Instagram and YouTube. The Instagram one is much older, but the YouTube one is a little bit newer. And we do the whole workout. There's no talking. So if you already know all the moves and you don't need me to explain anything, you can go straight through it, do all the moves. And I think it takes roughly 15 minutes if you basically don't stop at all and just go exactly 30 seconds in every single stretch. So feel free to check those out if you need a little bit of support when you're doing the stretch, but you can't make the live. And what else? What else do I do? I think that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to scroll some more and take a look to see if there's anything else I missed. I think I'm pretty much at the top of the chat. Jazz says he wish he found me a little bit earlier, but he's got an alarm set to come to the live. A couple of people asked, how often do I go live? If I haven't been clear in the last couple of minutes, we go live every single day. But I did not answer this in the beginning of the chat, so hopefully now you know. Gaeta says hello, everyone. Trevor Relaxi says hi. And I think Che is here saying hello as well. All right, I think we've gotten to the top. All right, boom. I'm scrolling all the way down. Give me a second. I'll be there. Gaeta says, thank you. Sorry that I've not been attending lives. It's totally okay. You got to make sure you take care of the other important stuff in your life. Sometimes other things take precedence, and that's totally okay. Gaeta says, but the YouTube videos have been helpful. Oh, awesome. Thank you for letting me know that you watch the YouTube videos. I appreciate that. Let's see. Millie's Mind Trip asks, can you repeat the morning live time? It's 9 a.m. Eastern. So this live is usually starts at 9 p.m. Eastern. So right now in the Eastern time zone, it's 10:07. We ran for about an hour and 7 minutes. And the morning live time is just 12 hours after, or 12 hours before, whatever, 12 hours apart from the time that this live started. So if it is currently 10:07, just add about 11 hours to that, and that is when our morning live time is. Cool? So add 11 hours to whatever time it is right now. That's the morning live. That only happens on Saturday and Sunday mornings, so it's not every single morning. And yeah, that's it. I hope that is easier. But if it's not easy, 9 a.m. Eastern, Saturday and Sunday. You might have to Google what time zone it is for you, or what time it is in your time zone. Cool? All right. I think that is all of the chat. Oh, and Travel Doroxy answered it with text, of course. Should just scroll a little bit further. Awesome. All right. I think we are all done for today. Thank you, everybody, for coming in, practicing consistency, hanging out, chilling, practicing, building a community. And hope you had fun. Hope you enjoyed the workout. Hope you're feeling a little bit more relaxed, and I hope you're ready for bed. I'm ready to wrap up. So this is goodbye. I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.